Good evening and welcome, everyone. This is Ron Pope, Chief of Operations and Marketing for Leafit, and this is the Inner Circle webinar. We have some exceptional speakers lined up for you tonight. I've got two individuals that are just absolutely killing it. Their organizations are building and exploding at the seams very, very quickly. I'm going to run some numbers by you guys tonight to kind of really put it in perspective as to what can happen once you get that ball rolling. But you're going to want to make sure and take some notes based on what these individuals are going to talk to you about. These are the golden nuggets that are going to help you explode your organizations just as much as theirs. So with that, I know that we have some new folks on the webinar right now, so let me just run through real quick. What is Leafit? What do we do? What makes us any different than any other company out there? Well, we're the first ever app that pays you when the content you post generates a sale. So for the first time ever, guys, we're tying social networking with social media and e-commerce. It's never been done before, and you guys have a first to market opportunity here. So what you do is you snap a picture with your phone or your iDevice, snap a picture, look at the picture, see what it reminds you of. Okay, we went kayaking last weekend, so I took a picture of that. I took that picture and I tagged a kayak to it. Okay, because while I'm looking at it, that's what it reminded me of. So how did I do that? How do I tag a product? Well, it's actually quite simple because of the fact that we are contracted with over 19,000 retailers worldwide. I simply snap the picture and I'll go into my search on the app. I'll go into my search real quick and I'll plug in kayak and I'll hit go. And within literally splits a portion of a second. I don't even think it takes a second to do this search. But anyways, within just a fraction of a second, it'll come up with all these different kayaks that that I can choose from at different retailers. And it starts at the top with the lowest pricing out of all of our retailers. So you look at that, you click on the one that you want, and then you hit post. And guys, it's really that simple. It's something that most people are already doing, snapping pictures, sharing them on social networks, and developing a social network, bringing their friends over to whether that be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It doesn't matter. It just wherever you're building your group of friends right now, you're helping that company become wealthy. Okay, but what's not happening is you aren't making any money from that. And for the first time ever, that's what Leafit is doing, is we're sharing that revenue while you build your social network of friends. All right. We have a free install right now. It's iOS 7.0 and above. It is in the iTunes store. Do not go directly to the iTunes store. I'll show you how to get the app here in just a moment. We have further developments underway right now. We just expanded our office and our staff, and we're looking at bringing on 10 more developers over the next couple of months here as we continue to push forward. But our development that we're working on right now is the desktop enabled. Okay, so we've got it right now for iPhone, iPhones, iPods, and iPads, so iDevices for 7.0 and above. But soon we will have the PC Mac desktop enabled version where anybody, whether you're on an Android, an iPhone, or just a desktop, you'll be able to access the social network. That's underway right now, and we'll be letting everyone know as soon as we go into beta on that. Next, right after that, we'll be going into all the other mobile devices, Android, things like that. And as I stated at the beginning, we do have a patent pending on this, and we keep updating the patent. Okay, and if you're not aware of how a patent works, the reason it's pending is that we have chosen not to finalize it yet because we're coming out with more versions of the app and constantly updating, so we update our patent on that. But what that does do is it secures that market space for us, giving you guys the first to market opportunity here to be involved with the first app that pays when the content you post generates a sale. Now, is this a new market? It absolutely is not, guys. This is a market that's been around for a while. We're just putting a new spin on it. And I believe it's a spin that other social networks are going to have to take notice of and, step up to the game. Look at Facebook here. They've been around since 2004, over 1.2 billion users on that network. And then you got Google Plus, which I love their story. If you look at this, guys, they came out in 2011. And what they do, they played off the success of, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and the other social networks out there. They played off that success. And what success am I referring to? The amount of traffic the amount of new users each and every day that are coming into that market space. So Google played off that. They have over 540 million users already. That's the same type of opportunity that we have here with Leafit, and we're seeing major explosions each and every day. We're gaining literally hundreds and hundreds of new users into our network, and that could be going through you and your business. So that's what I want to help you guys analyze right now. Is this the right place for you? And when you look at these types of numbers and the projections that we're going through right now, it really makes it a pretty clear decision on what you need to be doing here. But as I stated, the backbone of Leafit is pictures. Okay, so one of the first questions should be, well, how many pictures are being posted to the internet every single day? And that's where we look at this chart here. You've got Pinterest down here at this end, 20 million pictures a day. If I covered Instagram, Twitter, Google, and Facebook, that right there is enough to make it totally staggering. 20 million pictures a day being posted to Pinterest. 60 million with Instagram, 144 million with Twitter. Look at this, Google Plus. Now we get in some really serious numbers, 214 million, and Facebook, 350 million. Do you know that Facebook doesn't even have the most pictures out of all the networks out there being posted each and every day? That is daily too, guys, just so you understand. 350 million pictures a day. There's one other one that I actually heard about the other day that's doing better than that, which is called Snapchat. And they have over 400 million pictures being posted each and every day. I mean, it's incredible when you think about how many pictures and content are being posted on these networks every single day. So you're not asking anybody to do something that they're not already doing. You're not trying to change trends or anything. You're simply getting in front of one of the biggest waves in history. Now, what are we doing over here to really make this a huge opportunity for you guys? We're actually tying multiple markets together. We've got the social networking, which is a wonderful highway for us to drive down with our vehicle. With over 2 billion users currently, over 2 billion users, that's up almost a billion just since 2011, guys. So big market space right there, lots of opportunity, lots of room. Then you got the online advertising. We're going to be rolling out an advertising platform to our social network once our user base gets large enough. Okay, and look at this. Look at the online advertising. $135 billion a year being spent in online advertising. Why so much? Why so much? Look at this, up 17 billion in just the last 2 years. Why all the growth? Well, if you think about it, the people that are analyzing the markets and looking to find out where the trends are going, where are the trends heading? They're heading online. Okay, so if you're a business owner, whether it be a small mom and pop shop or you're talking about a large international corporation, either way, you need to put your money in the best possible place to get you your best return. So if you're looking at that, you're seeing the traffic go online, you're going to go online. You see, so the trends are happening on their own. Major markets. Affiliate and direct sales, $167 billion a year, up $2 billion in the last 12 months. So if you've never been in networking before, what a great opportunity to get started with here, guys. And wonderful market. I know there's opposition, in different countries and things to it, but, networking finds its way around the world, guys. And $167 billion a year in revenue, pretty good market. Pretty good industry right there and exploding. E-commerce. This is the largest part that we've added in here with our 19,000 plus retailers, but over $1.5 trillion. Trillion, guys. $1.5 trillion per year. So it kind of brings it all together right there, doesn't it? Now you see where the traffic and the online advertising and all these people that are interacting online and buying stuff, $1.5 trillion market. Massive market. That's up from $1 trillion in just the last 2 years. That's $500 billion increase in the last 2 years there. So if you add it all up, it's about $1.8 trillion per year opportunity, and it's growing each and every day. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple of projections here as we move forward. I mean, we know what it's doing as of right now. What's it going to do for your future, for our future, for the future of your prospects? Is it going to be around? Is it going to drop off tomorrow and just be gone? Well, the analysts say no. The market is not going anywhere anytime soon. It is only continuing to explode at the seams. Look at this here. We're talking about number of network users. Okay, over 1.22 billion in 2011. over 2 billion this year. Okay. And then look at the projections as it continues to head up here, over 2.5 billion users by 2017. So about, what is that, 550 million new people roughly are going to go into social networks in the next 2.5 years. So are you at the right place at the right time? Are you in the right market? Well, I think so. That's why I made the decision to come over here and help build the company and tell all my friends and family about it. I think it's right place, right time. I've been building multi-million-dollar companies for the last 19 years, and hands down, this is the largest project that I've ever worked on. And it's incredible where we're heading with this thing, and we've got a lot of outside unsolicited media attention, a lot of attention from celebrities and things because of the fact that we're that first social network that's going to allow them to monetize their user base. I mean, think about how many millions of people the celebrities would have. So pretty incredible what's taking place right now, and it really just solidifies and the opportunity for you guys. Let's look at e-commerce sales. We already talked about through 2014, 1.5 trillion in e-commerce sales, but look at the market as it continues to head up. By 2017, they're expecting almost another $1 trillion. Trillion. I mean, that number just blows me away. Almost another $1 trillion in sales in just the next 2.5 years is what they're expecting, guys. And it's not going to just drop off the side in 2017. It's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. So again, congratulations for being here. Right place, right time, right company. I want to talk to you guys real quick here about the app download process, just to make sure that you guys are doing it right. First and foremost, join Leafit if you're not already part of it. The way that you're going to do that is get your sponsor's username, go to the replicated website, and join as either a affiliate or an associate. Okay, just choose a free affiliate or a paid associate member. And either one of them, you can make money though, guys. As an affiliate, you'll make money on your own pictures that are being posted as they generate sales. And if somebody that you refer into your social network decides to become an associate, you're going to make a commission off of that as well. So associates, I mean, you get the whole gamut. You get the multiple levels of unilevel and matrix and check match. And instead of making money on one level of e-commerce sales, you'll actually make it as an associate. You'll make it on 9 generations of e-commerce sales. So huge opportunity right there for our associates. But I think it's very unique that we give people the opportunity to come in for free, not pay a dime to us, and be able to just build this large business, this large social network, and make a very significant income. Once you've joined Leafit, then simply click on the banner in the back office to download the app. So it's best to, once you've joined, then log into your back office with your phone, click on the link, and go download the app. If you've already gone to the iTunes store and downloaded the app and you're not connected to, you didn't go to your sponsor's page first, it's very simple. You simply go to their page now and use the same information that you used when you downloaded the app, your same email and everything. So that'll connect you. So that's the process, is start off, sign up for Leafit, whether it be affiliate or associate, and then go get the app. I do want to point out, guys, that we have already submitted. We've only been in the App Store less than 2 weeks, and we've already submitted version 1.0.1. We're an actively growing and expanding and enhancing company, and we've got a great team of programmers already on board right now. I got about 8 programmers working with us, and I think it's pretty cool that we've already submitted the next version. I know that there was a couple of little bugs here and there. Being our first version, 1.0, it's to be expected. But 1.0.1 is actually going to solve all those bugs. And it's already been submitted and waiting for release any day now. So pretty exciting. At least we're excited over here at corporate. So the content that you post, I want to talk to you about that really quick. I don't want to go negative on this call here at all, but this is actually a positive conversation to have with you guys, that if you're posting on the social network right now, it's very important that you watch what you're posting. It can make or break a social network. The guidelines that we have are very easy to follow, and we want to make sure that the content you're posting is something that other people want to see and it's not offensive. Okay, so make sure that you're not posting any pornography, inappropriate, illegal, hateful content with vulgar language, or don't really do this one either. Okay, don't go to somebody's website, like a company website, take a screenshot of it, and then try and post that as your content. That's boring. People don't really want to see that. So let's just keep it fun and exciting information. That you're making great comments and things like that on there. The same thing that you would do over at like your other social networks. Nothing different over here. So. So that's kind of my quick little chat there about what you should be posting. Now, if you're thinking about it, you might be very excited that we talk about that on every one of our calls, because maybe you've got one of your teenagers or somebody on the social network, and you don't want them seeing that type of stuff. So it's to keep it fun for everyone. All right, so that's what Leafit is, guys. If you want to see more about it, go check out one of our webinars. We have 6 opportunity webinars each and every day that you can choose from. Go schedule yourself for one of those. If you want to know what's going on with the company, simply jump in and check out our Jumpstart calls on Monday night. Then we have these Inner Circle where we bring the leaders to you, okay, the people that are out in the field building their business and bringing in people to their social network. Some of these folks have tremendous backgrounds in networking. Other people don't. It's putting certain principles in place and then following those every single day. And if you come to the Inner Circle webinars, you're going to hear a lot of the same things being repeated over and over again from several different speakers. And it's because it's a formula. Okay, it's the way that you build. It's the way that you support. The first speaker I want to bring out here tonight is a gentleman that is part of our associate advisory board. Will Cormany is a great individual. He's an inspiration to his team. Look at this. He started July 6th, guys. He personally enrolled 16 associates, a total of 53 personally referred between associates and affiliates to the company. So 53 personals already. But look what's happened to his team. This is the exciting part of it, guys, is when you build like Will Cormany does and you support your team, you help them duplicate down through your network. 6,895 people have joined his group just since July 6th. That is incredible. Will, are you here with me?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. I know you're calling in tonight from your cell phone, and I appreciate you, volunteering your time to come out and really pour into these people's lives and give them the opportunity to see the same type of success that you're already seeing. Will, love what you're doing here. Love the fact that you're such a leader for your team, and the numbers are showing. So what I want to do is at this time, Will, is give you the floor, and I'll get out of your way, and you just go ahead and chat with the folks on the webinar and let them know what you're doing and what you think they should be doing.
Thank you, Ron. And it's just an honor to be here and to be a part of this company. And, what an incredible vision that Lawrence had to kick this thing off. And, whether I found this now, 2 months ago, or a year from now, it's the kind of thing that I've been looking for a very long time. Anything in the social media space that, you can monetize, that industry is incredible. And there's been a lot of companies that have attempted to take a stab at this market share for quite some time. And some have been, mildly successful. Most others have been completely, unsuccessful. But it's been a vision and a dream in the back of my mind that, when you have LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all of the other social media outlets out there, what is the missing component? The missing component is that it's the people who drive the revenue to these different, mobile apps and websites, and it's the creators of these who just make an absolute fortune. So Leafit came at this with a really intriguing twist that, if we are the social media outlet, why don't we reward the members who bring the audience? I mean, what an incredible concept, right? When the first person I talked to, who is, I think is going to speak after me, when he said there's hundreds of millions of photos shared or posted daily, and now you can get a piece of that revenue, well, that registered, So it's just been, the kind of thing that I started everything in this, direct sales kind of industry back in 2004, 2005, and it was in insurance. And there's nothing better than, learning and experiencing the model of, an override. And a lot of people don't know what that means, but when you sign up somebody or you recruit somebody and, all of a sudden they make a sale and you get a small piece of that, you go back to the quote that would you rather make 100% of your own efforts? Would you rather earn 100% of your own efforts, or would you rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts? And that's pretty easy math for most people. So I fell in love with the idea, and then I got busy, selling insurance. And I sold annuities, and I sold mortgage insurance, and I sold, universal life. And when I had agents who I had recruited who did the same, I made a 5, 10, 15% override from the policies that they sold. So that's when the light bulb really kind of went off, and I've been following that, for years since. And the direct sales, MLM, whatever you want to call it, model, industry, business, platform is an incredible one, and it has been all the way since, the 70s when Amway kicked it off. And there's people out there today who are living their dreams off of this model. But when you are the first company, to take everything to an entirely different level like Leafit and recognize, some of the things that are just completely in your face, it's like, why didn't someone think of this sooner? I don't know, because, how soon can you be there? Leafit already did. But when you can see that you've got hundreds of millions of photos shared and posted daily, and no one's getting paid for doing that, then you've got a really exciting thing. And the fact that it's patented is even better. And Mike Green's expressed many times that not only are we, I think it was a provisional patent that started, but it will be a full-blown patent by the end of this year, which is less than 30 or 60 days from now. And then we have about a 10-year run that we're first to market. So, if anyone out there is looking at Leafit as kind of a passive novelty kind of thing, we don't do, income claims at Leafit, but I can promise you one thing. I've been in this thing less than 3 months and have been paid every Friday to my bank account. And I guess I'm allowed to say that. We've got to be so careful these days. And it's just been phenomenal. I'm doing something that is entirely fun. I'm sharing an incredible idea, and I've got the app downloaded on my phone. And what more could you ask for? As far as something to do to excite you. There's a lot of people out there in this world who make a ton of money and hate what they do. And there's a lot of people out there who, are just looking for something more exciting. There was a survey done, I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but there was a survey done a couple of years ago that was really kind of weird. It actually had about a 70% of the people that were interviewed said that they would take a pay cut if what they were doing was more purposeful. And purposeful can be construed as, something more enlightening, something more humanitarian, or just something more exciting, more fun. And, that's kind of crazy. People would lose money to do something more fun. And I can tell you that every second of the day, I'm out there, I've got my iPhone, and I know 70 or 80% of the world is coming when it comes to Android release and all that good stuff. But just being one of the first people out there with the iPhone, I'm out there looking at, okay, I have an Instagram account. Why don't I, on the way from the time that I parked my car to walking into the grocery store, double tap post a Leafit photo, and post a link? That's what I do. It's that easy. So I look at my Instagram account, and it says that I just posted my I won't give the link, but my lead capture page link that, Rob Hanley created 12 of these for us. We have the most incredible lead capture pages in the industry, and he created this for all of us. And I can post that on, Snapchat, Twitter, anything. And I posted a photo in my Facebook group this morning, and between 11:15 this morning a.m. Eastern Time and 11:26, I had 3 people opt into my capture page. I had a Juan, a Janice, a Sylvia, and all these people clicked on my link because I posted it either on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter, and I got an email. So, the message here is, just put out, the tools are already there. You don't have to go figure out ways how to market this. Hanley's already put this in your arsenal of tools to go out and market. The company's given you 4, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They've given you the perfect lineup for calls, all with different agendas every night. And then you have your website, and this is where it's going to really get fun, guys. When we get the new back office, which is like imminent, when we have the new back office and people see exactly where they stand, meaning that, one more associate could push them over the tipping point to where they get an extra commission as far as the check match or a rank, title. All these things are just right around the corner. So there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. I mean, the company, this is just an incredible company. Compensation plans out of this world. And, Ron, I could sit here and just ramble, but I don't want to do that to you, so I'm going to pass it back to you and see if there's anything else you need from me.
Excellent. Well, I don't consider any of that rambling, my friend. I think that was all very positive and very impactful for the folks on the phone. There's a lot of people that, well, I think you're the type of guy that, when you set your mind to something, you believe it. Okay. But there's a lot of people out there that they don't always, get that level of belief that you have about Leafit right now. It takes them some time, and it's called paralysis of analysis. People will analyze and analyze and analyze until the opportunity's gone, and then they go, "Oh man, okay, I regret that one. See, I'll watch for the next one." Next one comes around, opportunity knocks, and they sit there again and they analyze and they analyze and they analyze, and oop, that one's gone now too. You know, so at some point, you guys need to get to the point where, like Will is, where he's got a checklist. He knows when he goes in to look at a company, what he's looking for out of that company. And when it's very simple, it's called a Ben Franklin close. When there's more obvious things on the positive side of the list than there are on the negative side, it's an obvious decision. Okay, at that point, then you need to just get familiar with the company and create that level of belief. And look what happens, guys, when you believe something so much, and you can go out and you can tell everybody about it. They see the conviction in your eyes. I've talked to Will. I know that he's totally convicted on his business. He knows he's at the right place at the right time. And look what's happened. He's poured his time and energy into the folks that he's brought to the table, and it's exploded to almost 7,000 people in a matter of, what is that, 3 months, two and a half months. So I mean, it's incredible, guys, what can happen when you believe something. And I want to point something else out here, Will. You spoke on an inner circle call just right at 30 days ago, and at that time, your total group was 4,834 people. That means that in 30 days, you've had an increase of 2,061 people in just the last 30 days, guys. So if you've been in networking for a while and you're convinced, oh, it just doesn't work, well, I have to tell you that you need to take that belief and throw it out the door now, because this has never been done before. Tying a social networking with e-commerce with network marketing, it's never been done. Okay, so whatever you believe to be true, you need to probably reset that and look at Leafit with a new set of eyes and an open mind, because Nick, or excuse me, Nick, Will, you're gaining over almost 69 people a day into your group, and through the support and love and attention that you're giving to the folks that are out there. I know that you're not bringing all those people in yourself. You brought 53 of them. Congratulations, that's a great number. But 7,000 people—that's teamwork right there, guys. And Will's creating an environment on his team that people want to be around him. They want to know, what is Will doing? I want to do what Will's doing. And look what's happening. Almost 7,000 people in just 2.5 months. Who on this call would like to have those kind of numbers? I think every single person on this call. Will, do you have anything else you want to share with the webinar?
Yeah, just real quick. I mean, it's not about it's really, I mean, this sounds crazy, but it's not about what you do. It's about what you start. And when you're looking at social media and when you're looking at how quickly, and Ron, you do it so well, you talk about the numbers of how many millions of people have come to these, Google Pluses and everything else, and in what time frame. This is not about, going out there and just breaking your back, to do something. This is about introducing a few people. Because look at my, associates. I have a handful, and I have a handful of affiliates. That's wonderful. But to see them spawn in less than 90 days into almost 7,000 people, those are 7,000 people who actually help enhance my income. That's what you need to be thinking about. This is not about, I talked to one of my customers a few days ago, and I think she had her 76th birthday, and we were joking, kidding about, different things, and she got her first smartphone and figured it out very quickly. Doesn't matter, what age anybody is, anyone can figure out a smartphone, even though, some people try to dodge that device like I did at 40, like my dad did at 60, and like a lot of people will at any other age. Sometimes you figure out, well, this might be the greatest way to keep in touch with my grandkids or whatever the reason is, but, people more and more become accustomed to, just deciding that, okay, this is a necessary evil, this is something I have to have. And we were talking, and I said, well, I know you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you here exactly, but, why don't you just sign up and just take a look at it? And she said, well, I just don't really know all the stuff you're telling me. And I said, how many grandchildren do you have? And the light bulb kind of went off. And I waited, and I said, that's right. You get them on this, and all you really have to do is get in before them. So the market is for everyone. It's for anyone. So, if you have people in your family who have these phones, wouldn't it be better that you introduced it to them first? I mean, have fun with it. Have a blast with it. This is not a stressful environment. This is, it's a free download. It's an awesome app. It's a place where you can go and have a really cool user experience, searching for photos, searching for products, buying stuff that you're going to buy anyway, but now you can monetize it. And there's just no reason why anybody out there, should not download the Leafit app, get it on their phone, and have a ball with it. It should be just as I go to the store and stand next to somebody in line and can show them a Twitter app on my phone and an Instagram app and every other kind of app. They can show me the same, but there's only one app I can show that has a $ and a credit. And when I show them that app and say, here's, the card and here's the information to download this one, which one do you think is the most likely one that you go to first every day? The Leafit app. With that, Ron, I'm going to hush and bring on the next speaker, buddy.
Okay, thank you so much, Will. I want to actually talk about some of the things Will just said there as well. He said, first and foremost, he said it's what you start. It's not always what you do, it's what you start. And I was actually talking about something similar the other night on a webinar. And guys, if you want a large company, okay, I spent the majority of my career in traditional corporations and building traditional corporations and built some very large ones. But here's the thing. when I started it, I knew where I wanted to go. Okay, I was already planning for my success. And it's the same thing right here, right now with building, your Leafit social network and building your business. You need to start something with the right intention. Okay, so you need to know where you want to go, have a game plan in place, and then put the right people there. Sort the people that you talk to. If you've got people that you know will never be interested in networking, rather than going and approaching them with the network marketing side of this business and getting shot down and having that negative feeling in your mind, or that emotion that comes on you when somebody really shuts you down, don't even go there. You don't have to. You see, separate that list, separate who you're calling, send them over to your, leafit.com / your username. Send them over there and let them just join as a user of the social network and become an affiliate. Because even as an affiliate, okay, anytime they share their content and they make a commission, so do you. All right, but then the sorting side is what? Well, guys, if you've been involved in networking, before, you probably know the average network girl signed about 2.6 people. That's it. Okay. But here's the thing. That's not the reality here with Leafit. I can't tell you how many calls, how many Skypes, how many emails I get each and every day from people saying, I've never had much success with networking. Never, never even gotten my 3 before. And these people are Skyping me and emailing me because of the fact that they've already got, 5, 6, 7 personals, and they've never been able to do that before. And it's because of the viral nature of the network, the social network side of this. Okay, so it's really, really exciting. But you need to start off. You need to grab 3 to 5 people and work with them and duplicate. Help them do the same thing. Why? Because you're building your foundation of your business. Treat this like a business, guys. Have fun with it. Okay, be light and fun and enjoy the people that you're building with. But build it like a business, and it'll get you free from your job, guys. All right. So just put the time and energy in and duplicate yourself. Get that leverage, that quality of life back that you deserve. And another thing that Will was talking about really sparked something with me was you know uh, different age groups, different people will come into the network, and he was talking about the grandma, that he said, how many grandkids do you have? And I kid you not, guys, last night, and this is not the first time. This happens quite often. But last night, my 16-year-old son, you guys can, follow him on the app. He's on the app, Bryce Pope. But he was on the phone last night with our CEO, Lawrence Sell, going over ideas and future enhancements. Because why? It's because that younger generation really gets it. They've been brought up with computers. They've been brought up around these different social networks. All right, so he's going through the app and going, okay, I'd love it if it did this, I'd love it if it did that, and he's giving me all this information. I said, you know what you need to do? You need to just get on the phone with Lawrence and go through this stuff. And it's not the first time, and the suggestions that he had, Lawrence is already working on some of them, but they're great suggestions. If you want to get a good opinion of the network, get a teenager on it. If you don't know how to download it to your phone, get a teenager on it. I mean, it's just incredible what's happening out there. And guys, that's the next generation that's coming around. Those are the folks that, are really going to be getting on board with the network. But as Will stated, we've got individuals that are 60, 70, 80 years old, that love it. My mom is on the network, so you don't have to be biased as to who you talk to about this. Okay, talk to anybody and everybody, but just make sure that you're being a professional about it and you're sorting. So, Will, thank you so much for sharing this time with us. At this time, I want to actually introduce someone that Will was speaking about. It's somebody upline of him, and someone who's really poured into the company here. A lot of donated time. It's just incredible what he's been able to accomplish. He's a good friend of mine, business partner, and one of my best friends. And this is an individual who has taught me a lot about network marketing and just it's well, look at his background here, guys. I mean, he's owned 3 different networking businesses and 21 years in the industry. And his name is Rob Hanley. He's been on these calls with us before. But what I want to point out here before Rob takes over is, he has a great formula in place, and he does the same thing every time. We've worked in different businesses together, and but he brings in a group of individuals, and then he starts working with them. Exactly what I was talking to you guys about. Grab 3 to 5. Rob has the capacity to work with more individuals at one time because he has the systems in place that he needs. But with you guys, if you're new to networking, new to this business model, grab 3 to 5 people and work with them. But look what Rob's done. He brought 10 personal associates, 19 personally referred users. Okay, but look what's happened to his group. 12,441 total people in his group. Guys, he came on July 1st. So what is that? That's August, September, not even 3 months yet. 12,441 people in his group in under 3 months. That's an average of over 4,100 people a month coming into his organization. And I want to state the same thing. I talked about Will's increase over the last 30 days. While waiting for the app to hit the store, Rob's organization grew in the last 30 days 3,359 people. Over 100 people a day added into Rob's organization. Why? Again, they want to be around Rob. They know that the systems that he can put in place. That's why we contracted with him. That's why we had Rob come forward and help with the emails that go out to you guys, help with the sales funnel and the lead capture pages and the videos. And he's a master at marketing. Rob was actually listed last year as the #1 internet marketer in the state of Washington. This is the type of talent that we like to bring to you guys. This is the type of people that you each can become. Pour into to your life and really learn what it is to be a leader and step up and be that leader for your team. Rob, are you with me?
Hey, I am.
Hey, brother. I'm going to just step back and just give you the floor at this point and do your magic, brother. I mean, I love listening to you. I always get just a couple of pages worth of notes, and I've known you for years now, but I always get something new out of your talk. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Hey, well, first of all, thank you for such a great and a warm introduction. I really appreciate it. It's I want to get my wife on some of the webinars here so that she can listen to all the nice things that people say about me.
I'll send her an email.
You can't be a prophet, and you can't be a prophet in your own land. So yeah, thank you very much. I sure do appreciate that. And I was on here and I was listening to Will, and honestly, gosh, my thought is, I'm listening to him, is I'm thinking, yeah, this is why you don't want to go last, because how do you follow up with something that's that good, that is that specific and encouraging and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a great talk, Will. I really enjoyed all of it. And as you said, Ron, I've been in this industry for a long time. It was I think it was like September, probably around this time in 93, when some stranger that I didn't know said, you look pretty sharp, you keep your options open," or something like that. "Hi, how you doing?" And, "Geez, you look familiar." And as we used to kind of train people back in the day of the old belly to belly businesses, anything to engage somebody in a conversation, and then tell them that they're sharp in some way. And they ended up showing me network marketing and just ruined my life. It's what I mean by that is it gets under your skin, and it's everybody that's been a network marketer for years will say that it kind of infects you, and it just once you've got hooked by the whole idea of doing something once and then getting paid for it again and again and again, or teaching somebody and training somebody. It didn't literally ruin my life. I shouldn't say that. It's funny because I've been doing this for so long that I've seen the industry change so much. Also, like anything, there's things that are really fantastic. I've made some of the best friends that I have in my life. You know, in the networking industry, I like to now. I kind of think of it more in terms of what I like to do. I kind of think of it as more internet working or internetwork marketing. Personally, I don't even really like the term network marketing that much. I certainly don't like multi-level marketing. I just think it has too many preconceived misconceptions by people that are not in the industry and stuff. But it's been a really, really good, industry for me. I mean, we've made millions of dollars. We've helped people make millions of dollars and had a lot of fun and met some really, really great people, not the least of which is Will, as somebody that I met him a couple of years ago. His sponsor's a great guy. His name's Eric Cronin. He's a great guy that just happened to call me on the right day and was going to talk to me about something else, and we got talking about Leafit, and that was kind of how the whole thing happened with him and he's got a huge team, and Will happened to talk to him right at the same time. We were talking on the phone, and Eric said, tell Will what you just told me. And at that time, I really wasn't even purposely trying to sponsor anybody into Leafit. I just thought it was pretty cool. And somebody wanted to know, well, what are you working on? What are you doing? And I said, well, I'm working on this social media network that you can get paid for your posts, your pictures. Instead of the Facebook and all the social networks, utilizing your content to monetize themselves, is that you can monetize it with 20,000, however I said it, with 20,000 different retailers out there. And when somebody clicks on that link, you get paid for it. And they thought that, Will was just perfect timing. So, and then the other person I would say is, in terms of networking, I guess to continue on kind of my love affair a little bit was, Ron and I met each other in Hong Kong a few years ago, and man, I saw how sharp he was and how squared away he was. And he's organized and punctual and on point and hard charging and never tires. And I told him, God, I'd get in business with you, any day of the week. So I've been really, blessed and fortunate to do that, with Ron and to develop these kind of relationships and things like that. So, as I'm listening to Will, I'm thinking, gosh, what am I going to talk about tonight? And, what can I do, to help somebody, to move you guys on? And that's really what's going through my mind is, what can I possibly say that that would help, I don't know, at least one person out there. I always like to kind of keep the bar as low as I can. So, maybe there's one person that can relate, to anything that I'm saying here. And, maybe this is not I'd say for most people, this is probably not going to be your first, networking business. And maybe it's not your second or your third, or maybe it's your 10th or 20th or 50th. I mean, I've been in a lot of different businesses, a lot of different companies. And, Will hit on one of the things that I specifically like about Leafit. I like the fact that, Lawrence had the vision to put this together in such a way that nobody had before. And then the forethought to actually patent the process. I mean, how cool is that? That nobody else can duplicate this. I think that's, it's pretty fortuitous. So the thing that I liked a lot, I guess, as I shared kind of my Leafit story here, I went from from a place in my life where I really was desiring to create online income outside of networking, to do kind of something different. I like e-commerce a lot. I like the idea of people, buying tangible, either physical products. I like Amazon and things like that, where people can buy something that they can hold, and that they're not, you're not building a group. You're just somebody's just going to buy a spatula or a birdhouse or something like that, and that's it. That's what they're looking to get. And when I looked at this, I thought, well, that's kind of a cool concept. That's pretty neat. I hadn't heard of that before. But what I really liked about it a lot was that it was non-network marketers, non-networkers that really thought this was cool. And Ron kept telling me about, this Enterprises Television with Terry Bradshaw. They think this is really cool. these other radio hosts think this is great, and we've got some Disney stars on, and these guys, they're not looking to build downlines or anything like that. They're just looking at how they can actually use the product. And so that caught my attention. And then, honestly, one of the things that really happened was with the first few people that I sponsored, and that was, with Eric, with Will's sponsor here, and when you start to think that something's pretty cool, it's always nice to be affirmed by somebody else to go, yeah, that's great. It can go the other way around. Sometimes you think something's great, and it's like, how come nobody else thinks this is that great? If that's where you're at right now, I just say just hang in there. I mean, it's probably just it's just a matter of numbers. You're not looking to refer or sponsor everybody. You only need just a few. I mean, as the numbers kind of show here, I've only sponsored in a handful of people, and it just started blowing up and taking off and taking off and taking off. And then a lot of that is actually just really taking the great leaders that are there, specifically like Will and some of the other people that I have on my team, and then connecting them back to the company and connecting them back to Ron. The hardest working person that I know is Ron. The hardest, charging person I know is him. And then the dedication that we have all around with everybody at Leafit. So it really is a matter of kind of just saying, well, yeah, talk to Ron. Let's connect you back with Ron. And then eventually started to kind of take on a life of its own. So, I'm trying to think again, well, what can I tell you if you're out there and you're thinking, maybe I'll talk a minute to the guy that's actually brand new that got started today or yesterday, or maybe you even joined as a free affiliate and you're trying to figure out, should I upgrade? Well, I guess I'd save all the suspense there and say, yeah, you probably should. But you're trying to figure out, is this for real, or is this company going to be around, or, Will hit on one of the things that's very important, and that is, ever since I've been in this, they've paid out on time every time, without fail. That's a pretty big one in the networking industry. You must pay people, absolutely have to pay people on time. It's happened every single time. Do they have good support? Company has good support, check that kind of box. They have something that's unique, that's something that's different, check that box. So all of the things that somebody would be looking for, I mean, if you want to inventory physical products and ship things out and do stuff like that, great. This is not the right business. This is not that kind of a business. I like the idea that this is global. I like the idea that it's digital. And one of the things I really like, I guess I'd say, is I like to be first in things. I don't like to have 17 people pitching me on something before I get in. And relatively speaking to how many people there will be in this, we're absolutely the first people. And so when you're first, you kind of get in, you can establish yourself, people see you, they join you, and and things, really, they can really blow up like that. So if you're brand new, are you wondering, God, is this the right deal or the real deal? Should I get in, go forward, go for it? The answer would be yes. You see some of these kind of stories that are there, and there's a few things that I've learned in networking over the years. Number one is to answer the question for yourself: is it true? And usually, a lot of it is kind of when you're sitting in the business meeting or you're looking at the presentation for the first time. I mean, really, this presentation tonight, this whole thing is intended for people that are already in. But I think everybody kind of always has a question in their mind: that is it true? And is what I'm being told, is that real? Is it true? Is it true that am I real? Is Will real? Is the company paying? All the different question marks that are, is it true? And then the next question that you'd have is even if this stuff is true, and you can get in and refer just a few amount of people, and maybe that's not your story right now, is can it be true for me? Yeah, Rob's been around forever and people want to join him and he could just attract these kind of guys. Well, maybe so, but I paid a lot of dues too on stuff, and I've had a lot of taking. The main thing I will tell you, as if I am in a spot where I've had more success than you. I can assure you I've taken far more no's than you have. I've taken, I've taken far more no's. There's no question about it. And I still don't, so they say, let no's, roll off your back like water off a duck. I hate getting no's. I really do. Ron knows how kind of ornery I can kind of be. And, I'll get off the phone and somebody tells me no, and I'll just share it with you guys. I just think they're stupid. I don't know what else to say I see something that's really cool and you tell me no, I don't know. I probably should be a little bit kinder and think, well, it's not the right time or, something like that. But I just think to myself, you're dumb. I guess and really that really is not right. So, but I think probably the good side of that is that I get convinced that what I'm doing and that what I'm involved in is great, and everybody should. So the first question, as I said, is it true? The second question is it true for me? And the answer is, yeah, it can be true for anybody. I mean, there's no difference between anybody that's here and you. It's a matter of, I've probably had more no's than you. And everybody that I showed this to, originally everybody I was showing this to in the very beginning, it's like, God, nobody will tell me no. And since then I've had a good number of no's. That's probably to be it's probably to be expected in any kind of a network thing, and then it'll start, things grow, they expand and kind of contract growth wise. It's surging ahead, and it slows a little bit, surging ahead. And now that we have our app out, we're really, really, really poised for some massive, massive growth. And then the last kind of three questions that I have is, is it true? Is it true for me? And then, can I do this business and be the kind of person that I like? That's a little bit more of an old-timer kind of networking thing. Because now, how can you not? I mean, this is kind of those three questions really kind of go back to, when you've got pills or vitamins or potions or something like that, and you're thinking, can I be successful in a networking business and still like myself? Am I going to have to, absolutely annihilate, kill, kick and bury into the dust all of my friends and family and relatives and beat them into submission to join my networking deal? I don't know if anybody's out there that you've been in some kind of networking deal where you've just beat your warm market, practically into submission, or to tell you just go away, type of a thing. Is those are the kind of things where you think, well, that's kind of what's necessary maybe to build a networking business. I don't, that's probably really old school. And I look at something like what we have with Leafit, and it's cool. And so, it's something that you can be at a cocktail party and, a Christmas party or whatever it is, and you're meeting somebody that's in your neighborhood or that works, in some capacity, or there's some kind of a local event, church or whatever it might be, and somebody asks the question, well, what is it that you do? And instead of hemming and hawing and, I'm trying to think of some of the things that we used to tell people, I forgot what it was. I mean, you can tell people I'm building a brand new social media company that, it's just cool. I've heard Ron actually tell people about it. He's got a fantastic elevator. He's got just a fantastic elevator pitch for Leafit, and it blew me away. And I heard him say it a few times. I'm like, God, that's really good, man. That's good stuff. So, those are kind of the three things I guess I would probably say is, can you do this, and are you in the right spot? Have you found something that you think that you can sink your teeth into? The answer really to all of those questions is yes, absolutely. I would tell you to set your goals. If your team is not the size that you want to have it right now, just set your goals to where you're going to reach out to how many other people you're going to reach out to per day, per week, per whatever it is. Set a goal for, sponsoring a couple of people a week, or, bringing in some free affiliates and things like that. There's so many things that are out there that you can do to bring people to your website. I'm glad that everybody likes the marketing funnel that we put together for it. So, I'm not sure really what else I could probably tell people other than, if you've been in networking, before, and you're kind of thinking maybe this is my last hurrah or something like that, and is this going to work out for me? The answer is yeah. You're in at a great time right now. Um, I think that Leafit's going to be. I think that Leafit's going to be enormous. I really, really, really think that it's going to be. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge based on the vision. It's going to be huge based on the technology. It's going to be huge based on the tenacity, the hard working, the hard work, the integrity, all of the kind of stuff that corporate does. It starts from Lawrence to Ron to the entire corporate team, and then this really cool group of leaders that we have that are the associates that are all like really, really on board and really, really, really into this. So, I'm trying to think what kind of questions that you might have or what I can tell you to help you move along, in this. But maybe the main thing is just is kind of what's on my mind is, am I in the right spot? Am I in the right thing? I'll just tell you, the answer is yeah. I mean, if you're tired of network marketing and you're someone that's tried to look or avoid anything that's got networking in its past, just get over it. Imagine if you were one of the first people that everybody that came into Pinterest or something like that, they were downline from you could make some kind of a compensation from it. You're you're in a great place at a great time. And as I'm looking at some of the things that I wrote here, when I sent this over to Ron, it's not something that's big. It's really big, and it's not sometime. It's right now. Don't be the guy that contacts somebody that says, I got in yesterday. Just go a little bit of the extra mile and contact a couple of other people. Do the activities, daily method of operation, and you're posting things, you're talking to people about this, and treat it like $1 million business. So I hope that some of that actually, helps out, helps at least one person out, maybe to go a step forward. It would be great to get a show of hands in this or that or the other, that I really could try to to encourage people or to move them on. But that's what I got for you right now, is kind of the question marks of, is it true? Is it true for me? And is this the right company? And the answer to all of those things is yes. So I'll turn it back over to you, Ron.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rob. One of the things I got out of that, guys, is what really impacts me about that talk is that a question that he asked about midway was, what can he do for you guys? So here's Rob trying to figure out what to tell you guys tonight to impact you, to influence your life in a positive direction, and so I actually wrote a note down here that says, every night before I go to bed, ask myself, what did I do today to move this business forward? And did I positively impact at least one life? And if you guys feel good about that when you ask your question to yourself, okay, you don't even have to say it out loud, but every night before you go to bed, you're sitting there making your to-do list for the next day because you're planning for success, right? We always plan the night before, so we're not, if we don't plan for success, then what do? We plan to fail, okay? So you're sitting there, you're writing your to-do list, so tomorrow when you get off from work, you're going to call this person, and there's this person, and then here's something you want to learn about the business, all right? Maybe you don't know something about the app, or there's something about the compensation plan that you want to learn. So you're putting all that stuff into place. And then the last thing that you should ask yourself before you go to bed is, what did I do today to move my business forward? And did I positively impact at least one life? And, Rob does that stuff subconsciously today. I mean, I've never met somebody that puts more time into himself than Rob does. And I don't mean that in a self-centered way. What I mean is, and I admire this about him, every day he's listening to positive tapes, okay, or tapes, CDs. Listening, I just aged myself there. He's listening to positive CDs. He reads books, and he does some meditation where it's all about where he wants to head in life and who he wants to help today and things like that. It's all about being personal development. That's the word I'm looking for. He's very much about personal development, because if Rob is a solid person, then the 12,000 plus people that are following him will get that positive influence. If you're not where you want to be in your life today, and you haven't, learned the things that you want to learn, and you keep saying, I'm going to learn that, I'm going to learn that, I'm going to learn that. Okay. Rob and I were in Vegas a couple of months back, and listening to a speaker actually at a social media network gathering. And the individual on stage, he said, we need to wage a war on procrastination. And
Mm,
I've remember that, Rob? I have literally
that's
said
good.
that
Yeah.
on several webinars, and it's something that I'm
Yeah.
living in
That's
my life
good.
right now. What's that?
That's good. Really good.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's something I wrote down and I brought back with me, and because you know what, guys, and Rob can contest to this. I'm the guy who analyzes everything. I'm the guy who thinks about it and thinks about it and thinks about it. And what I've had to learn is just take action, even if it's not perfect. You can
Yeah.
always go back and
Yeah.
fix it, but take action.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a wage war right now on procrastination in your life. If there's something that you haven't done that you've been talking about doing, go
Yeah.
do it. When you make your list
Yeah.
for tomorrow, do it. Don't put it off to the next
Yeah.
day and let it stack up and stack up and stack up until it's overwhelming and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, this business is hard. It's not hard. It's
Getting started is the hardest part. Just getting
absolutely,
started is the hardest part.
absolutely.
What I do, Ron, in terms of I struggle with probably like anybody with procrastination, and I actually did think of something really cool along the lines of personal development that I will credit myself with coming up with. If it's okay to share, it's maybe not
Sure.
necessarily related to the business entirely, but it's really cool, I think. So, and my 10-year-old daughter doesn't quite appreciate it. But on that line about procrastination, just to pick up on it, I drive my daughter to school every day, and so she gets nuggets of personal development, and then we pray and stuff like that before I let her out and things like that. And um, there's a few things I always say to her. Today's going to be the best day of your entire life, and some stuff like that. She says that can't be because we're not at Disney World and stuff. And so anyhow, I'll come back to that in just a second, but. There's a few things in terms of procrastination that I look to do is I get overwhelmed by stuff. It seems like a lot. That's probably not a good thing for me to say out of my mouth because you are what you speak. But what I do a lot is if I have some kind of task, whatever it might be, I like to think of the subtasks that it might be, like all of the subtasks that have to happen in order for that to come about. And I'll break it down into the teeniest, tiniest things. Like, okay, if it's something that maybe I got to retrieve, I got to get all this information, then I'd be like, okay, I could go to my Gmail and I'll do a search for messages from Ron that have this. So, I mean, it's something, tasks literally that take like a minute, and I'll list them all down so that I could check them off, so I feel good about it actually as I'm going as that. Okay, well I can do this thing. I'm just kind of overwhelmed to do this. Well, I can do that. I can actually do just this one little piece. I can do that. And then I find that once I've started just the smallest of a step, it's really a lot. The hardest part by far is just taking the first step. Once I take the first one, it's a lot easier to take the second step. And then, of course, once I'm doing that, then I'm cooking. I'm on to the next one, and so if it's things that you're thinking, God, I got to do this, or I have to do that, or I have to do these other things, break it down to the smallest, teeniest things. That if you got to call somebody, if you got to break it down that far, you might put on your task, so turn your phone on. You can't call somebody. So just so that you can actually start, so that you can start. Well, you can think to yourself, yeah, that's stupid. I mean, anybody can do that. I can do that. And I probably should apologize a little bit. I have these conversations with Ron where I come off and I don't ever tell people that they're stupid. I don't tell them that I think that they're stupid. I keep that to myself. No, I probably shouldn't say that, but I don't really mean that. I mean, everybody is really where they're at in their life, and you make the decisions that you make based on your experience of where you are and obviously what you think is going to be the best for you and what you think that you're capable of. So I really want to apologize to everybody for saying some of that stuff. I just am a little bit, I don't know, I almost take pride in being a little ornery, I think, sometimes, and just speaking my mind. But to get to one of the things that I thought was really cool, personal development, and man, thanks so much for having the floor on, because I do like to share stuff like this, is so I'm 49, and I understand I've had a lot of success in my life. I've had ups and downs like anybody, and I understand a lot about kind of the whole midlife crisis type of a thing, that you wonder, no matter how successful or not successful you are, you start to think to yourself, I think maybe particularly as a man, I can't speak as a woman, but I think as a man, you kind of look at, well, is this where I am in my life? I thought I would be further. I thought I would be this, or I thought I would be that type of thing. And all of these things are actually just perceptions in your mind, that you're making up rules and things like that, you know, for where you are. But I think it's pretty natural, you know, biochemically, and then just where we are, particularly at this age. And I think to myself quite a bit about happiness. And that might not be the kind of thing that people normally kind of share on a call like this, but this will help. There's somebody I'm going to talk to right now. And I found it increasingly, this is very personal, so but I hope that this really reaches somebody. So I found it increasingly more difficult to be happy. So, you know, I know that you want to be like the personal development guru, and yeah, I do. I get up in the morning and I read books and I read the Bible, I pray, and I go through different things like that. And there's stuff that I want to be better with and be more consistent with, and I feel a lot better when I do those kind of things on a regular kind of basis. But in general, it was not as easy to be happy. And naturally, when I was maybe in my 20s or my early 30s, it just seemed like it was easier to be happy. And I mean, back then, you look better. You know, you didn't get fat easier. You know, you could eat whatever you wanted to eat. You seemed like you had more energy all the time. You know, you always had the bulk of your life, I think, in front of you was kind of where you were at. It was easy to be happier, I think, for the most part. For me, it was, at least, when I was in my early 20s. And so somebody I'm talking to out there is my age, you know, as well, that can relate to that. So I started looking a lot about, well, what is happiness? I like to think about deep things, about what's this all about? Why are we here? What's the intent of everything? Is it to make a bunch of money? Is it to have as much fun as we can? I mean, what's the whole end game for why we do the things overall that we do? So, again, I apologize that this is kind of a deeper thing in terms of how do we do Leafit or something like that, but I come to these kind of deep thoughts a lot, and I realize that your happiness, of course, is just your perception. And so when I drop my daughter off in the morning, you know, I say, today is going to be, today's going to be the best day that you've ever had today. And we pray that, you know, and who gets to determine that today's the best day? And so it's not external, and she knows by now, because we do the same thing so much, it's not about being at Disney World. She gets to choose whether today is the best day of her life or it's not the best day of your life. So I'm a happy person now. I've discovered that happiness, I think, is a muscle that you have to exercise, like your you know, like go to the gym. It's something that you have to purpose yourself to smile, to be enthusiastic, to be kind overall to people. Probably not tell on a conference call that people are dumb and stuff like that, you know. But I got to work through some of my own stuff. But it's an exercise. So I started to realize that, and this is the part that I'll bring it home on this, is that it occurred to me, my birthday was about 3 weeks or so ago, actually a month ago. It was the 23rd of August. And it occurred to me, you know, I had a really good birthday. And then my wife turned, you know, X number of years, you know, on her birthday several months ago. It was in April. On her birthday, it was a special birthday occasion, and so for about 2 or 3 days, I turned the phone off. I didn't do any work, and I thought, I'm going to do everything I could do for this time period. We went on a trip, is what it was. We went to Vegas for a few days, and I said, I'm going to do everything I can possibly do to make this a fantastic. The entire trip is going to be nothing. It's going to be 100% all about her to make this so special. And so then, of course, when it came to be my birthday, I wanted to have a great birthday too. And you automatically have a great birthday. Even my 10-year-old can relate to, do you ever have a bad birthday? And yeah, stuff can happen and things like that, but you can tell people, hey, it's my birthday. It's almost a get-out-of-jail-free card for your husband, for your wife, for your kids. You get to sit where you want to, order what you want to, do what you want to. It's your birthday. You have a great day for your birthday. And if you're having a problem that you're going through, there's some issue that's come up that you can't tell somebody, well, it's my birthday. You can tell yourself, well, that's ridiculous. I'm not, you know what? Today is my birthday, and I'm just not going to feel that way right now. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to deal with this in this kind of capacity right now. I'm not going to ruin my birthday today because it's my birthday. And so, no, not going to have it. So it occurred to me as I think about happiness and what this is all about, and I purpose myself now to see if I can be happier and happier on a daily basis. Can today really be the best day? Can I really be happier today than I was before? Can I just be, feel fantastic all the time about things? And it takes work, of course, because the second that you don't start doing that way, just like going to the gym, you start getting fat and lethargic and stuff. But I was thinking about my birthday, and it occurred to me, I thought, why not, why can't I live my life like it was my birthday today? And I wrote an email to my list, to my email list, and I was talking about your birthday, this whole concept here, and I said, why not decide, or pretend is probably a better word, that today is your birthday? And so are you really going to spoil your birthday with all of the, with this junk that you're going through right now? Well, of course not. It's your birthday. See, this is all about your perception. And then it's also about your expectation. For me, I expect my birthday to be a great day because it's my birthday. So I started thinking to myself, why can't I live each day like it was my birthday? Why does it have to come one time a year? Why can't today be my birthday? And tomorrow, of course, and the next day and the next day. Well, then I realized as I was thinking about that whole thought was incomplete, because it's not about just me living in this bliss that every day I'm going to live my life every day as though it was my birthday. That would be nice, but it's really incomplete. And the incomplete part is that you miss the joy of somebody else's birthday. So the complete thought on this is live every day as though it was your birthday. And that means in terms of your expectation and what you want and what you're going to deal with and what you're going to tolerate is probably the best word. How you're going to reframe things, thinking, no, it's my birthday. No, it's my birthday. No, things are going to go my way. It's my birthday. So you live every day as though it was your birthday. And then the last part of it that completes all of it is, and then you treat every person that you meet as though it was their birthday. So if it was your spouse's birthday, your husband or your wife or your kids, aren't you extra nice to them? Don't you do acts of kindness more for your husband, for your wife, for your kids, for your friend, for whatever, and you tell them, no, it's your birthday, right? Your coworker, whoever it is, no, it's your birthday. So at any rate, the little mantra that I came up with that I thought was a pretty good nugget, and I gave it to a couple of people there, was you live every day as though it was your birthday, and you treat everybody that you meet as though it was theirs. So I know that is off target for, man, how do you refer more people, and how do you close people, and how do you overcome objections, and how do you use the mobile app, and what's so cool overall about Leafit and all the kind of things like that. But it's kind of what I got right now. So I hope that connects with somebody out there in some way. So I appreciate just having a floor to kind of share a couple of thoughts, Ron, and I hope that's not a little bit too out in the woods or woo-woo for people or anything like that. So that's it.
Excellent. Thank you, Rob. I think that the fact of just speaking things into existence, having a positive mindset is it's a great way to go throughout the day. Is it going to be possible every single time? No, not every time. But that's why you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and you do it again the next day, guys. And that's one of the things I got here out of what Rob was just now saying, is that you go into the day with the intention that you're going to have a great, successful day. It's going to be that perfect, those days where you have them and everything clicks and it just felt right, and you go to bed going, wow, wish every day could be that way. And so what Rob is saying there is that through positive mental influence on yourself, just demand the fact that today is going to be a good day. So, Rob, I appreciate that very much. And I would have to say there's no reason to apologize, man. I admire the directness about you, and and the fact that you are open. People know who Rob Hanley is when they meet you, and yeah, probably don't want to call people stupid, but not sure that's a good sales technique. But the rest of it, I totally love, and
Well, everybody that's in, here's the good thing. Here's the good thing is everybody that's in our business, you don't fall into that category because everybody obviously joined. And that's not directed to anybody that's in here in any way, shape, or form.
excellent. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for coming out and dedicating this time again. And I know you got some videos and things that you should be working on tonight, and I ask you to pull away from those, and I just appreciate you coming out here and giving your time to everybody. So thank you very much. Guys, this is why I love social networking. I get to meet people like Rob and Will, and I met both of them through network marketing actually, and there's another individual that I want to give a shout out to tonight because this I think is just incredible. All right. And I've had a lot of success in my life. I've had some ups and some downs. But one thing that, everybody says about me is that I'm never shy of work. I will always face it head on. I work extremely hard. I work long hours. And so when I see somebody else doing that, and it pays off for them. It works out. They've gone through the fire. They didn't come for money, and they've gone through the fire, and they've made success, and then they start to pass that on to their kids. That's something that I want to give a shout out to. Okay, and there's an individual that is having just an incredible weekend this weekend, and he's not on the call with us tonight. He's actually getting ready for his premiere. So I want to give a shout out to my friend and fellow associate advisory board member, Aaron Benward. And what I think is really cool about what Aaron's done here is, again, through hard work and effort, and rolling his sleeves up and just going to work and doing the best that he can for his family. Aaron has become actually a country and Christian music artist, songwriter as well. He's got hundreds and hundreds of songs that he's written over the last 20 plus years. He's got 10 number one singles, 10 top 10 albums, over 1 million albums sold that he personally sang on, not to mention all the songs he's written for the other artists that are out there. He's got a weekly Vegas show. And at the same time, guys, is all of this going on. And he told me that he was doing a movie. He told me this about 2.5 months ago, that he was going to be in a movie, and that his boy was going to be in a movie and stuff. And I didn't really, think that much about how big of a movie it was going to be. And while he's, doing all that hard work and taking care of his career, I've watched Aaron put together an organization of literally thousands of people. And the reason I'm bringing this up tonight is the fact that this weekend, if you guys are at the theater, okay, this is a networking company right here, right? So I'm going to say this. If you guys are at the theater this weekend, go and support your fellow associates. All right. Aaron Benward now this is unique. Okay. For Aaron to have a movie coming out is cool. But for him and his son to have a movie coming out on the exact same night, tomorrow night, it's hitting the theaters, 2 different movies. Aaron Benward's going to be in The Song. It's a country music movie. And I watched the trailer on it today. It looks great. I'm going to go watch it. His movie is called The Song. And then his 19-year-old son, Luke Benward, who is a Disney star, is going to be a co-star with David Arquette in a movie called Field of Lost Shoes. And so if you guys are at the theater, go check those movies out. Let's support our fellow associates here. And I just think it's incredible. So shout out to Aaron Benward and to Luke. It's awesome, guys. Congratulations on your success. Not just with your Leafit social network, but with his career as well. He's made a lifetime lifestyle out of residual income. So I mean, it's just incredible. I met Aaron actually through Leafit, and we've become friends. We talk all the time, and see, it's that right there, guys. You can meet incredible individuals through networking. So don't ever frown on it. Don't be embarrassed of what you do. Go out and tell the world what you got your hands on. It's never been done before, and I venture to say it's not going to be done anytime soon from anyone else. We have a race going on right now. It's our 50K race. We're giving away $200,000 And if you just got started tonight, maybe you joined while you were listening to Rob or Will speak this evening, welcome aboard. This is a race that when we hit 5,000 paying associates, we're going to give $15,000 to the individual with the most personally sponsored. Okay. When we hit 10,000 paying associates, we're going to give another $25,000 away to the individual who has the most personally sponsored associates. Now, we're not a recruiting company. That's to, really get that momentum started in the company. That's why we did it that way. But when we hit 25,000 and 50,000 paying associates, the money, the big checks, the 50 and the 110, that's going out to the individuals who have the most personally sponsored associates who each have their three. So at that point, you've had to start creating some duplication, some networking, an environment within your team that is of teamwork. So if you are looking for a great Christmas and you want to, put some amazing presents under the tree, go after this race. Get your piece of this pie. There's a $15,000 check, a $25,000, a $50,000, a $110,000 check. When I turn this page, if you need more information on this, simply go to your back office, go to the share page, go to your money page, and you'll see the banner in the upper left-hand corner. So make sure that you're participating in that. We're getting extremely close to the 5,000 paying associates. And make sure you guys are part of it. So next thing I just want to tell you guys is we are going viral right now. We have literally hundreds and hundreds of new users each and every day downloading the app. So what do you do to become part of it? Well, decide to move forward right now. Okay, get your sponsor's username. You should already be calling them right now while we're sitting here talking to you. You should already be calling up your sponsor, getting ready to go. Go to leafit.biz, put in your leafit.biz / your sponsor's username, and get started either as an affiliate or as an associate. If you're at all interested in the business side, I would suggest secure your position right now. We do have a matrix-backed program, which means it's very time sensitive. You want to get in before other leaders get in, so they're under you, helping you build your organization. Okay, download the app as I stated earlier on how to do that. Get started with Leafit, then download the app through the link in your back office. Follow the step-by-step system that Will and Rob talked about here tonight. Plug into all the different webinars. Invite people to the opportunity webinars. That's why we provide 6 webinars each and every day to you guys so that you can, give your prospects the choice of what time works best for them. Most of all, though, and this is the most important, build relationships and have fun. All right. Without that, what are you doing here? You got to have fun, guys. If you don't want to have fun, you can go back to your day job and go, go through the grind, go through the hamster wheel. If you want to have fun, get quality of life for you and your family. All right. Build a social network that's going to pay you hugely. And that's what we're doing right here with Leafit. And with that, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming out and joining us on the Inner Circle webinar. Have a great night.